Neil Woodbridge, Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions. In a general question, how's the past year been?
Yeah, Michael, it's been a good year. It's been a difficult year. You know, things are always hard when you're running a business. But in terms of the stuff that we're producing still and the number of people we've supported, that's done nothing but go up. I think we're on something like 247 customers, as we say, so that's really good.
Is there a typical day? Because, you know, we're in your conference room here. Outside, there are 4 people working in the office. Is there a typical day for them? What would people be doing, say, for example, in your office?
So the office here is really our thinking space. So this conference room is where the directors come up with all the great ideas and are our experts by experience, as you know. And then all the admin is done here. So the people that you just passed there's some finance people, there's some administration and stuff that's going on. The real work, as ever, is done out and around in Thurrock.
You mentioned 247. Are you growing as an organisation?
Yeah, we are still growing. We actually only work with about 30% of the entire learning disability population that's known to Thurrock Council, but that still is quite a large number of people, maybe a bit more than that. I think there's about 600 people on their books, so that's good. But we've got no desire, we wouldn't want to be the only provider, that would be crazy. We love the concept of lots of smaller providers and giving people as much choice as possible.
And are people aware of the choice that they have?
Good question. Yeah, I think they are aware. It depends on the way in which people are funded. That's always critical because you've got to be able to pay your staff. So there are options for people to have direct payments and then choose various agencies and organisations, many of whom we work in partnership with. One of the things that we're clear about as a social enterprise is we're a not-for-profit. In other words, we're not driven by making profit. We have to be fiduciary responsible and make money, but the truth is it's not what drives us. And therefore, quite often we say to people, do you know what, you might be better off with using this company or that company.
And do you have a typical week or a typical
No,
day?
my week is completely crazy. So I have spent this week I've been up in Westminster twice talking to some people up there about various things. Was it this week I went to the mayor making, or last week went to see that, which was fascinating and always really interesting to meet everybody over at the council. I then got involved with giving someone a lift somewhere who wasn't very well, and they made me a cake, which is sat in the office now. So it's a massive variety of things.
Just remind us, how long has Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions been going now?
So we are now, this must be year 12.
And are you where you thought you would be maybe 10 years ago or so, 12 years ago?
I think we're 100 times further on than I thought we would be, to be honest. We have really taken off. We're very, very popular. Funny enough, the CIC, Community Interest Company regulators, just written to me to say, did you realise you were one of the very first CICs in the country, which we did, 2007, when we formed. And she wants us to write a piece for them about how successful we've been.
As you said, the model, without due modesty, the model really depends on you a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, I get that. I mean, does it? I think I am the spokesperson. I'm comfortable sitting in this room talking to you. Trust me, I could name, and I won't, 6 people at least, if not more, that sit underneath and around me that make it really work. But ultimately, it's about the directors. You know, Sonny Saini, you know, quite a famous local character, you know, and why all those people who are my directors, so the people that sit above me, they're the people that really make it work.
We talk about health for a second, because I don't think there'll be many organisations I walk into every year, and I walk into a lot of organisations that has almost an in memoriam of former board members.
Yeah. I mean, so the truth is that since we were formed, 40% of our board, so 3 people have died. That's hard. I mean, Liam was the most famous one, which, as you know, was a few years ago now. We lost Leslie and other people as well. So, it's a difficult one because obviously we work in partnership with the CCG. We know that their statistics are up at 75%, as in people have got an annual health check, but that's only 10% of the journey getting a check.
And there are things that come out as well, things like we can go from dental checks all the way through to that, and we're expanding it out now about care treatment, aren't they? And do you see things on, like, for example, Panorama? Does that pain you? Yeah,
so the truth about the Panorama film is I could only watch it in about 10-minute blocks, and I have no shame in admitting that I cried a lot. Interestingly, Glynis, the woman that was talking to Professor Glynis, she's someone that taught me when I went to the TISA for my postgraduate stuff, so I know exactly where she's coming from and the values. It's very, very painful. I would never be complacent enough to say that that's not happening in Thurrock. I would hope it's not, but you have to keep doing the checks to make sure that it's not.
And who does those checks?
Right, so within us and our quality control that we have here, we have several layers of management, including a care quality manager, CQC manager, who go and do spot checks on our services.
You're talking about expanding as an organisation, recent acquisitions.
Yeah, so like any other business, we are a company limited by guarantee, operating as a community interest company, it's registered as a community interest company. So recently, it's been taken us probably over a year to actually negotiate it, but recently we've purchased another care agency, so Take 4. I've known Take 4 for years. I knew the owner personally, and we purchased it because she wanted to retire, and we thought it a great opportunity to get into the home care market. And we've got some exciting ideas about things that we can do that's about that will help this business. So yeah, it's an expansion overnight. It's a solely owned trading company that just sits underneath us. So it's its own separate body, but it's going to do, it already does really high quality care, and it'll do even better things. The difference is if you go to another home care agency, their profit goes to their shareholders.
Yeah? Who makes that decision? Is that a decision not made overnight but taken a long time?
The decision to buy the company. Yeah, absolutely. That was it came to the board over a year ago. We said, well, let's think about expanding in this way. Is that a market that we want to get into? What sort of things could we do by listening to our experts by experience? But the most important thing to know is that if you use Take 4, the profit from anything that's made by that company will go back to the community. So this on the 22nd of June, I think it is our annual general meeting, longest day of the year. Traditionally we do it. We're in Grays Beach, and what we're doing this year is we've got 6,000 quid to give away to local charities. If people come along and put a token in a box, top 3 charities get £2,000 each.
Those are great. Actually, your annual general meetings, I've filmed it for several years now. They're a really great celebration of what you do, isn't it? You keep the bureaucracy, but you've got to do it. But then it's the celebration of what you do, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a party basically. So this year we've got Thurrock Lifestyle Solutions Got Talent. Don't ask. You need to come bring your camera. I've not seen the acts. I think it'll be quite interesting.
Brilliant, Neil. Thank you very much for your time.